Now that we're finally in the month of November of 2019, this is by far the most important month by Disney and Lucasfilm in order to market the film correctly for The Rise of Skywalker, which brings the return of Rey, Kylo Ren, Palpatine, Luke Skywalker, and a whole lot more on top of all of that. Now, this is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. What's really exciting about Episode 9 is, yes, we have the return of Palpatine. Yes, we have Ian McDiarmid coming back for the role of Palpatine. And lastly, we have Palpatine, who is going to have scenes with, of course, the hero and the villain of the sequel trilogy, both Rey and Kylo Ren. So it really is going to be a very surreal experience to see Palpatine, Rey, and Kylo Ren in the same exact scene together. Now, on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film. And when it all comes down to one of the big plans by Disney, Lucasfilm, and even director J.J. Abrams, this is where things begin to fall into the line of Disney making a big mistake, in my point of view, when it comes to the character of Palpatine himself. Now, specifically, it's explained that though the many reshoots, of the film took place during the months of August, September, and even October, is when many segments of the second and third acts of the film were adjusted. It's explained that many of the Palpatine sequences were reshot between Ian, Daisy, and Adam Driver in order to line it up directly with J.J. Abrams' new take on the story during the rewrites and reshoots throughout 2019. It's explained that one of the major scenes that were cut and adjusted involved Palpatine's fight against both Rey and Kylo Ren, and that originally Palpatine had used a lightsaber against both Rey and Kylo Ren, where Rey and Kylo would use their sabers against Sidious. However, now it's explained that Palpatine is said to not use a lightsaber at all in the film by JJ, and that JJ wanted to focus strictly on Palpatine using the power of the Force by use of Sith lightning from the power of the Beyond, instead of using a lightsaber. Though the original scenes were involved with Palpatine using a lightsaber, it's explained that the majority of these scenes have been cut from the entire film, where it's said that this was also done to mirror the version of Palpatine and how he uses lightning in Return of the Jedi against Luke Skywalker in the film. Now, it's said that these scenes were shot sometime after Matt Smith was cut from the film, during the reshoots as well. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and as to why this is a big mistake by Disney and Lucasfilm, at least in my point of view, and I'm sure that a lot of you guys out there will agree that Palpatine using a lightsaber for one last time would have been quite epic to see on the big screen, and really would have been quite a very surprising thing to see by Disney and Lucasfilm to kind of match things up with how things were done in the prequel trilogy era. Now, one would say, Mike, well, he never used a lightsaber in Return of the Jedi, why would he now in, of course, Episode 9? And I can totally get that debate. I totally understand that, where people are coming from. Again, there's going to be a side of Star Wars fans that like this, and there's going to be a side of Star Wars fans that dislike this. And my point of view, I'm on the side where I dislike the fact that Palpatine is not going to be using a lightsaber in The Rise of Skywalker. Am I still excited to see Palpatine using Sith lightning against Rey and Kylo Ren? Absolutely. I cannot wait to see exactly what that's going to look like. But at the same exact time, I think that the lightsaber being used as a supplement to the action-packed sequences between Palpatine, Rey, and Kylo Ren really would have added more to the actual duel and really would have made it feel a little bit more like the prequel trilogy era that a lot of fans know and love that grew up in the 1990s into the early 2000s. So with that being said, I will say that I totally respect the original trilogy fans and the prequel trilogy fans alike around the world. I totally get that. But this particular moment, the fact that there were original Palpatine lightsaber scenes, the fact that they existed, and that Ian McDiarmid had done those scenes and they were cut from the movie, is a terrible mistake by Disney and Lucasfilm. I'm sure that, they wanted to change things up a bit, kind of, J.J. Abrams having a different vision of Palpatine and kind of making things more lined up with the ways of the original trilogy. I can understand that. But at the same exact time, him using a lightsaber for one last time, I think would have been perfect. It almost makes you wonder, right? What is Rey and Kylo Ren going to do with their lightsabers besides deflecting lightsaber, or should I say, by deflecting Sith lightning with their lightsabers, right? It seems like that a majority of the battle between Rey, Kylo, and Sidious is of course going to be Palpatine using the Force conduit technique, which is where he rejuvenates himself into a younger or more youthful state, I should say. And the other thing is, of course, where he uses the Force lightning that eventually transitions into Sith lightning, where it becomes red and it becomes dangerous looking as it's aimed toward both Rey and Kylo Ren, where Palpatine is going to use the Force and stuff around those lines. Now, though, I will say I'm very much excited for Palpatine's role in this movie regardless. I'm very excited for that. I am also very much looking forward to him using the lightning in the film, but him using a lightsaber would have been perfect to actually see him use that on the big screen, just as he did in Revenge of the Sith against Yoda. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.